This is a project for today. You see I've got traditional tools back here, carbide tools right here, but these are hooked on the other side of my table and are pretty handy, made out of mostly out of PVC, 1 1/4 PVC. So let's get started with that project, see where I'm coming from. I started this project by cutting off a 16-inch piece from a scrap 2x4. Next, I trimmed off 2 edges, leaving me a 2-inch wide piece. Now I'm ready to set up and cut my 1 1/4 inch holes with my Gatton CNC. However, these holes could be drilled with a Forstner if you don't have a CNC machine. With all my axes centered, we are now ready to start the cut. Here I'm doing the unclamping and testing for fit with a piece of 1 1/4, and I'm ready to cut my 7-inch pieces. Here you see me cutting out the 1 1/4 by 7-inch pieces on my miter saw. Now I'm giving them just a quick test fit to see what they look like. As you can see, my scrap pieces were a little dirty, but they fit just right, and I was only 2 pieces short. Here I'm showing a setup on a Craig jig. So here's how to make the setting for that. Normally we'd have this set on this is 2-inch, but set it on 1 1/2. Go ahead and leave it there. Don't go to 2 inches. Now what you normally do is set this block up and go all the way down to where that tip bottoms out, and then you set your spacer right there. What you do in this case with this 2-inch is come up and have the tip rest on that. Don't put it down in the hole. Just let the tip rest there, and you see instead of a nut that I put on there with an Allen. That Allen seems to be hard to get off at times, so I put a little piece of green tape to mark my depth. Now remember, I'll show you close up, instead of going down in the hole like that, move it over where the tip touches like that. Now we have that set to the right depth for this 2-inch piece. And I have it laid out on here to where I can line this up, line this line up. We want the center of these holes, 1 here and 2 down here. So I got my marks on there. I set it down, I'm set up on the center hole. I've got it set at the right clamping pressure. And you notice this is going to start in the edge, not down below like it normally does. But that will be fine. We're going to go for that green edge there. That's going to give it up. That's it right there. And then we'll go over here, get another one, and we'll set it for the same depth. And then we'll go here. There we have the perfect pocket hole that you won't see the screw going through this 1-inch deep hole. The pocket head is going in the side, and you see it's just the right edge. It's the right size to go through this it would be about like that. So it gives you the right length if you set it up like I just showed there. Now we're ready to go over to our wall, and we will just shoot those screws in there and wherever you want this mounted. So I'll show you in a minute, show you next where I installed it. Well, here I am. It's kind of hard to tell now where I am, but I'm at the back of my lathe bench enclosure where I'm going to stick, that's my wall, and I'm going to stick these on. How you do that is move these PVC pipe up to where it's about the same in line with the pipe on the side. I have the same thing mounted around the side. And around here, you want to put the end of that 2x2 block at the corner. So right there is where I want it. So let's shoot that screw in there and get that one side anchored. Not too critical here, but there we go. Now, let's just move this down and get another screw, and we'll make sure that this is pulled up and just about level now, even with that other one. That looks like about it. So I'll shoot another screw in there. Now that's down tight against that. Now what we do is walk around. So I have to cut a couple more pieces of PVC and stick in these holes. But these fit in those holes real nicely. Don't have to have any, I didn't really put any glue in those at all. They're just a snug fit in there if they're done and they're drilled at the right diameter. So let's get around front and see what these look like. Now here we are back in the front side of the lathe enclosure. As you'll see, I have my carbide tools and holders on the end here. And now this is going to get our traditional tools out of the box, and they will all fit in there. Just one by one, I set them over in there. And the more often used ones will be in a certain place, but I can see I have two bowl gouges. I'll put them right here together, and I will rearrange those at a later date. Now I have two more traditional tools. I use this box for something else. I don't know what yet, but I'll find some use for it. Now I have two more that I can place these back here. So there's a lot of ways of doing that, but I'll tell you what, that's one of them. It's the way I do it. And hey, I'll see you in the next video.